Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Let's Talk PMA.
So today I did the hard thing and didn't want to. I went out and took Thor for a walk when my knee was hurting and had to put my brace on, and it was fine. And I was only going to walk like half a mile, and did a little bit more and went a whole mile, and then went and mowed the yard. And sounds silly, but for someone that's a little out of shape and working on getting in shape, that's a lot. And to come in and be like, I'm tired and I'm hot. And why did I do that? And then, okay, now I have to go shower. Now I have to go get ready. And now I feel great because I did the hard things. I went the extra mile. I bucked up and I did it. And I'm like, hey, you know what? I kind of feel good. Like my body is loosened up now, and I'm going to conquer this, and it's going to get easier every time I do it. So I just want to talk about that today, and doing the hard things and when we don't want to.
Yeah, I mean, doing the hard things is hard. It's not always easy, and it's super easy to like just give in and be like, oh, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it just because, I'm too tired. I'm too hot. There's, whatever else is going on. It's so easy to just like give in into the I don't want to's kind of, especially if it's something that isn't most like an enjoyable task, like mowing the lawn. That's not really an enjoyable task to do. And sometimes working out is not the enjoyable task to do, doing the dishes, doing laundry, like things that can be as chores, like they can be seen as chores to do. But I think one, there's ways to make the hard things fun, like turn them into a game, or take advantage of, like, if you're going to mow the lawn and you're like dreading it. Okay, well, I've been really wanting to listen to this podcast. Let me listen to this podcast while I do it, and it makes it more enjoyable.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a total mental game. So, I mean, if I go into it not wanting to, and okay, I have to overcome this, and your mind is telling you it's going to be hard, it's going to hurt, it's going to suck, you're going to be hot. Why do I have to do it? But then you can take control of that thought and be like, you got to go do it. It needs to be done. It's going to be good for your body. It's going to be good for you. It's one step closer to your goals. Just go get it done. Then you've taken control of that negative thought, and it's so much more powerful for yourself because you've given yourself the power to overcome all those things that you didn't think you could. And then you don't have to sit there and be like, oh, well, I didn't do it. And then you beat yourself up because I should have done it.
Yeah. Well, and then also just like doing it and then like getting it over with, so then you can do the fun stuff. You do the hard things, so then you can go and be like, I got all my chores done today. I got all my work done today. I worked out. I did whatever it was. I got my list done. So now I get to go enjoy myself. I get to take the rest of my day and I get to go to the pool, or I get to go hang with my friends, whatever it is. But it's just like, if you just grind through it, it's going to pay off. And then you can go and just enjoy yourself.
And half the time doesn't even take as much time as you think it's going to. It takes more time to procrastinate and not do it than it does just to go get it done.
Yeah.
So it's, like I think about, kids working out, or even, when I have to go work out and I just sit there and I think about it. Oh, I should go to the gym. Oh, I should go do this, but I have to find the time to go do it. Well, it's taking more time for me to sit there and say, when am I going to do it? And finding the time rather than just walking out the door, getting in my car and going to the gym.
Yeah.
Getting it done. There
to not snooze the alarm.
Huh?
To not snooze the alarm.
Right. So, I mean, and then it's so rewarding because all of a sudden those hard things that were hard to begin with aren't hard anymore. all of a sudden they're getting easier. And all of a sudden I enjoy going to the gym. All of a sudden I enjoy going for walks, and, and they become this enjoyable thing in my life rather than this thing that I don't like to do. Yeah, it's easy to just sit around and not do anything. That's easy. But is it rewarding? Not really. So because I'm beating myself up for not doing those other things I wanted to do.
Yeah. And it's the same thing for sports, like right now we're really preaching to our girls that you can't just put in the work at practice, and you can't just, do weights, do practice, do games, and that's it. You have to take it home and do the extra work. And that can be a chore. Oh, I don't want to. I'm so sore from, weights and practice this week. And I already worked so hard and I got better, but I'm just like tired and I don't want to. It's like, okay, well, how much better do you want to get? How are you going to reach your goals when you're only practicing 3 times a week, for 3 hours? If you put in that extra time, you're going to reach your goals faster, and it's going to be hard, but also if you do the hard things, you create a habit of it. Mm-hmm. If I just push myself and say, okay, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to get it over with. I'm just going to get it done. Now the hard things are over. You did it. You're done. Now it's just going to be easier. It's only going to get easier from here.
Right. Well, and you talk about goals, and how important are your goals? Why do you make goals to begin with? We make goals to have something better, to, be stronger, to reach a goal, reach something that we don't have in our lives right now. Right. And so when you set a goal, especially for athletes, when you set a goal, how important is it for you to reach that goal? So if it's just kind of important, you're just doing it because everyone else is doing it, then it's not that important. What really, really matters to you, if it really matters for you to be the best you can be, then you have to put it in your mind, this is what I want. This is how hard I have to work to reach that goal. And start little, like we were talking the other day. You can't just full out go and push yourself so hard that you're exhausted, that you're so sore, so tired that you can't do anything for a week or more.
Yeah, it's not overdoing your workload. So if you let's say you don't work out every single day. Like, let's say you don't work out at all. You go and do your walks and stuff, but you don't work out. Let's just use this as an example. You can't just go and like all of a sudden, I'm going to work out every day for an hour to 2 hours, heavy lifting, do this specific workout this day, this day, this day, this day. You can't just like full on go right into it, because then what happens? Your body gets extremely sore, and that doesn't make you want to do it anymore. That makes you want to do it even less. So you have to kind of guide yourself into it. Take the little steps. Start with getting 10,000 steps a day. Then maybe getting a jog in. Then maybe adding some weights. Then maybe stretching. Add a couple things into all of it slowly, slowly, slowly. And then once you start feeling comfortable, then you can kind of amp up the workload. And then you can have a full-on workout, and you can create something that's going to be easier for you. Then your body's not going to be so extremely sore that you don't want to do anything anymore. So you have to guide yourself and guide your body, because your mind is going to say, oh no, that workout yesterday, that was way too hard. I'm so sore, so tired. We're not doing that again. And it makes it harder to do it. But if it's like, okay, well, that 10,000 steps, maybe I felt pretty good, getting all those steps yesterday, and I think I could do a little bit more. Add something else into it the next day. Okay, I still feel pretty good. I think I could add a little bit more. And then it just keeps amping up until you reach that final goal.
Okay, so here's a question for you. So you're on a team, like your team right now, and you're starting your workouts, and you're busting them, and you're making them sore. You're making them work harder than they've worked. So how do you keep them within their goals when you as coaches are pushing them beyond what they're ready for, and they're so sore and they have to keep working? So how do you keep them motivated and continuing to work hard?
Yeah. And I mean, it's not easy. It's not easy, but luckily the girls kind of had that ease into this new workout that they had. What their workouts that they were doing before, they were barely even breaking a sweat, if they broke a sweat at all. And now this week we gave them a harder workout, and the workouts were slower. You know, we started with the easier one and then worked to the hardest one throughout the week. And then we're giving them extra time with us. We're offering extra time with us for them to continue to get that extra work in, extra hour or two of a little bit harder, but not like a practice hard. Practice is, you know, constantly hard, you know, keep going hard. But we always are like, it's going to get easier. It's going to get easier. It's hard right now. Next week, it's going to be easier. This is the first time you guys have ever done most of these workouts or this practice before. It's going to get easier. And then we also hold them accountable. You know, we have someone, we have one of the older girls or whatever, they are stepping up and we're saying, hey, you should probably hold your teammates accountable and maybe try to get together with them this weekend. Try to get them to go play together or even just hang out together, just to build that team bond. And then they can all be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sore together. Well, maybe we should all just stretch, you know, like they can do that on their own too. And so we're trying to hold them accountable, and that makes them motivated too, to see, like, they all felt good. They were like, wow, I've never worked out like this before. And it hurts, but like, it feels good. Like it's a good hurt. So it's hard to keep them motivated like that. But I think the more resources and the more time that you give to them, the easier it is.
Well, and it's prep work too, you know, like they're just starting with your program, so they didn't know what to expect. But from here on out, like when season starts, they can from here to season do the prep work. So when they start season, they're not suffering. Like they can't, I mean, it has to be up to them. Of course, like you said, like as a team, they can pull together and do the off season or off work time on their own, but that has to be up to them. They have to figure out what are their goals. Do they want to be in shape when season starts, right? I mean, we used to go to camp. If you didn't run and you didn't get in shape before camp, you're going to go to camp and you're going to suffer for 3 days. And then the last 2 days, you're going to be fine. But those first 3 days suck because your legs are so sore and you can't hardly move. But if you do the pre-work, man, it's so much nicer and it's so much easier, and you gain so much more enjoyment from the whole experience because you've done the pre-work.
Yeah, no, I mean, it just takes time. And just like I was saying, you have to slowly build. And that's what we've had to really do with these girls, is just make sure that we're slowly building, and we're starting with the basics, and we're building on the basics, and we're, you know, continuing to go, adding a little bit more here, adding a little bit more there. And if we have to backtrack and break something down, we break it down, but then we recover. You know, so we're always, you know, we've reached this point, even if we have to backtrack a little, we're always coming back to that point and then building up from there. So it just takes time. And I think, you know, we've talked about it before, staying motivated starts with the coaches, and showing that you care, showing that you believe in them. That makes a huge difference in keeping them motivated. Because if you're just hard, and they know that you don't care about them personally, then, you know, I don't want to work that hard for you. So, you know, just understanding that you can give them the hope to stay motivated. You know, I want to do better for coach because coach is putting in all this time for me.
Yeah, absolutely. It's that trust again, you know, like we've talked about, it's trust in your coach and your support system. That goes for the parents too. You know, if parents give your kids that support, know their goals. What are their goals? Then be that support system. Don't overpower them with that support system, but, you know, don't overkill it in the way that doesn't want them to want to do it, but just give them that push that, hey, was your goal. Are you going to go run today? Are you going to go work out today? What do I need to do for you to help you reach that goal? So parents are just as much influence as coaches, as your teammates, but parents can also be that hindering and make you not want to do it too. So you really have to kind of see that fine line and get to know your kids. You know, sometimes we just take advantage of not knowing our kids like we think we do because we don't know their goals. Ask them, what are your goals? What do you want to accomplish? And how can I help you do that? And then go from there. So don't, just be their support system.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just knowing where you are, know where you are in your goals, know where you are in what you want to accomplish with your sport and your life, whatever's going on. Goals are so important, and don't listen to that negative thought in your mind that tells you can't, because you always can, always. And it's just a matter of getting up and doing it. It's very important. So push yourself to the limit, because you're going to reap the rewards in the end.
Yeah. It's not always easy to do the hard things. And that's why it's called the hard things. It's because it's hard.
It sucks. Plain and simple, it sucks.
You have to start somewhere. And it's the same with all of your goals. You have to start somewhere. You can't start in the middle. You can't start at the end. Like, you can't reach your goal unless you start from the very bottom. And it's going to hurt, and it's going to be hard, and it's going to be challenging, and there's going to be days that you don't want to do it. But trust me, you want to do it.
You're going to have mistakes, and you're going to fall. So recognize that. There are times where you are going to fail, but don't quit. I think we have to understand that it's okay to fail, but learn from that failure and get right back up and go the next day and get it done. So don't be over thrown by failure, for sure.
And listen to your body too, because there's, like we like to say, there's a difference between hurt and injured. And the same thing goes with your mind. There's a difference between a procrastination and an I don't want versus a I can't, Yeah. So there are times where you need to listen to your body and know that if you were to push it that day, you could get hurt. So listen to yourself, listen to your mind, because we all need days off, whether it's mentally or physically. We all need days off. So listen to yourself. Don't be naive and just be like, oh, my body said I couldn't do it today, when really it was just you didn't want to. So don't be naive. Listen to your body and what it's actually telling you to do, because most of the time your body's probably telling you to do it.
Yeah. Rest when you need to rest. Very important for your body to recover and to rest. But again, don't rest so much that you lose momentum. You lose track of what you're meant to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything else?
I don't.
Well, thank you everybody so much for watching. Just remember, the hard things are hard, but if you really want to reach your goals, you have to push through, and you will be rewarded if you push through. So just remember that, and always push through so you can achieve all of your goals. Don't forget to like and subscribe below. Go check out our Instagram, Facebook, our website. Go order your workbooks. They're waiting for you. www.letstalkpma.com. Go check it out. Thank you all for watching again, and we will see you all next week.